Welcome to Learner's Planet, my dear children. Children, this is session 3 about our food, teeth and digestion. Alright children, so in the previous sessions we studied about kinds of teeth, sets of teeth, parts of a tooth and various ways to protect our teeth. Now in this session we will study about digestion. So let's start with the digestive system. Children, we already know that all living things need food for energy. But what happens to the food once inside the body? How do we get energy from the food? How does food gives us energy? Let's see. Yes, all the food that we eat is broken down into simpler forms. And these simpler forms of food give energy which can be used by our body. Alright, so we get energy from food. But how? All the food is first broken down into simpler forms, and then these simpler forms gives us energy, and we can use this energy. Okay? So we can say that the process by which food is broken down into simple form so that it can be taken in or absorbed by the body is called digestion. Right? Have you got it? So first the food is broken down into simpler form. And when it breaks down into simpler form, it can be taken in or it can be absorbed by our body in the form of energy. So this process of breaking down of food and absorbing by the body is called digestion. So how does this process of digestion takes place in our body? Yes, there are various organs that work together and help in digestion. For example, stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, liver, etc. So all these organs form our digestive system and they work together and help us in digestion. So now we can also see that if whole of the food canal is stretched out in a straight line, it would be about 10 meters long. Right? So it is so long. Right? Now let's study about the process of digestion. So there are some important points which need to be clear or which need to be get familiar with. So the first thing is that the process of digestion starts in the mouth. Right? The process of digestion does not start in the stomach or in the intestine. It starts in the mouth. Then here the food is broken down by chewing. Where the food is broken down by chewing? In the mouth. then this chewed food mixes with the saliva, right, which helps in digestion, right? So you must have noticed, or you must have felt that there is some mucus type of substance in our mouth. So after the food is chewed, it mixes with the mucus substance called as saliva, and this saliva helps in digestion of our food. Okay, children? So now let's study it in detail. You can see the figure, right? This is the figure of our digestive system, and now we are going to study about each and every part of digestive system in detail. So the first part is food pipe or esophagus, right? So as we said, or as we studied before, that the process of digestion starts in the mouth, right? So food passes from the mouth through the long tube and reaches the stomach. So this is the stomach, right? So food will pass from the food pipe or esophagus, right, and it will reach the stomach. Now what happens after that? Yes. What is stomach? It is a sac-like organ where the food gets mixed thoroughly and is further broken down into simpler forms. So food will pass from the mouth through esophagus or food pipe, and then it will go into the stomach, where the food will get mixed thoroughly and it will be broken down into simpler forms. What happens after that? Yes, the process of digestion starts, right? So the other organ in the digestive system is liver. What is the function of liver? Yes, it produces juices that play an important role in digestion of food, right? So whatever food is digested, right? Whatever food will be digested, what will happen? Yes, liver functions or produces juices that will help in the digestion of food, right? So as we saw before, that the food passes from the mouth to the stomach. After it reaches the stomach, where the food gets mixed thoroughly, what happens? It goes into the small intestine. So food from the stomach passes into the small intestine, and all the useful parts are moved into the blood, and blood takes it to all the parts of the body, right? So have you got it? Okay. After this, it is moved on to the large intestine. So what is the function of large intestine? This is large intestine. It holds the food that cannot be digested, right? Which organ helps in digestion of food? Which organ produces juices? Liver, right? So liver will produce juice and it will help in digestion. So whatever food will be digested will go into the small intestine. The rest of the food will be held by the large intestine. Means that food which cannot be digested, right? So it absorbs water from it and it forms feces. right? So once the feces are formed, then what will happen? They will be excreted out because they are the waste materials, right? So the last organ of our digestive system is anus. So the feces are thrown out of the body through the anus. What are the feces? They are the undigested food materials or the particles, because the digested food is going into the small intestine. Alright children, so how many organs are there in the digestive system which we studied right now? We studied food pipe or esophagus, then stomach, then liver, then small intestine, large intestine, and finally anus, which throws feces out of the body. Alright children, so now let's study about healthy eating habits. So children, healthy eating habits lead to healthy digestion. So we should always eat healthy food and we should always follow healthy eating habits for healthy digestion. So we must follow certain healthy habits to keep our digestive system working properly. So now let's see some healthy habits, right? The first healthy eating habit to keep our digestive system working properly is eat 4 to 5 small meals daily, right? And you should always pray before you eat. Okay, so this is a good sign of eating. Then chew the food well and do not swallow it whole. So whenever you eat the food, you should chew it very well. Do not swallow it or do not eat very fast. Sit down calmly and eat very peacefully and silently, right? Do not eat very fast, okay? Then eat fruits and vegetables every day, right? Because they are very healthy food. Then always wash your hands before and after meals, right? Before meals you should always wash your hand, and also after meals. And also remember that you should rinse your mouth well after meals, otherwise germs can form the sticky layer called plaque. Then always eat a balanced diet, right? A balanced diet means, yes children, you studied about this. Children, a diet which has food items from all the food groups like vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, right? So you should have a diet which has all these food items from all the food groups and in the right amount, right? So this is called a balanced diet, and you should always drink plenty of water, that is 8 to 10 glasses every day. Then always remember that having clean, fresh and well cooked food will always keep you healthy. So always eat clean, fresh and well cooked food. Then ensure that the utensils used to cook and eat food are washed and dried properly, right? Do not eat in the dirty plate, right? Always wash it, dry it properly, then cook the food in it and eat the food in the clean plates and drink water in the clean glass. Alright? Okay children, I hope you are clear with the healthy eating habits. So always follow the healthy keeping habits. Right? So now we will study about microbes. So what are microbes, children? Yes, microbes are very small living things that cannot be seen through naked eye. That means we should use something to watch or to see these microbes. So how can we see these microbes? Yes, they can be seen only through an instrument called a microscope. So you can see in the picture, this is a microscope. And in this picture we can see that a girl is looking or watching or seeing microbes in the microscope, right? So what we can say that microbes can be useful or harmful. So they are useful in many ways and also they are harmful in many ways, right? So let's study about some of the microbes. Right. Harmful microbes that cause diseases are called germs. So we should always take care of ourselves from these germs, right? So we can say that microbes are of 4 main types. Which are those 4 main types of microbes? Yes, they are viruses, bacteria, fungi and protozoa. Right? So these are 4 main types of microbes. Let's see again. They are viruses, bacteria, fungi and protozoa. Okay, now let's study about them in detail. Yes, what is fungi? Yes, they are the microbes that cause diseases like athlete's foot and ringworm. So you can see in the picture, this is a picture of fungi. Right? Alright. Now we will study about viruses. These are also very harmful microbes or the germs that cause diseases like common cold, polio, influenza, etc. Right? So these are also very harmful kind of microbes. Then bacteria. These are also very harmful kind of microbes that cause diseases like cholera, tuberculosis, typhoid, etc. So we can see the picture of a bacteria. And the last one is protozoa. Protozoa is also a harmful germ or harmful microbes that cause diseases like dysentery, malaria, food poisoning, etc. So these all main types of microbes are very harmful. because they can cause very fatal or very dangerous kinds of diseases. So we should always take care of ourselves, right? So I hope that you are clear with this session about our food, that is teeth and digestion, right? And I hope you enjoyed this session about our food. So we will meet in the next session, children. Till then, keep learning, keep enjoying. Thank you.